Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. I hope my audio and everything's working okay. Took the day off. Yes, well, I didn't take the day off yesterday. I did take some trades. I did trade yesterday. I know FOMC. Where are they? Over here. There's my trades from yesterday. I recorded some. I did record some of them. We can see just little scalps. I mean, it was nothing. Little scalp, little scalp. And where's my other one? I had one more, I thought. Yeah, I had another one in the morning. Yeah, this one over here. So one, let's see, 2, 3, 4 trades yesterday. I made about 850 bucks maybe, but they were just little scalps. And I recorded them and I was going to try to do a video, but I was like, this is just trying to show people that I made some money. It's not really any benefit to anybody because they were just tiny little scalps. We can talk for a second what happened yesterday. So let me take off some of these trend lines and maybe let a few more people get into the chat. That's kind of interesting. We'll get my pin loaded. Morning, Dan, trader. Thanks for joining us. Justin, thanks. Prima, Donatus, James, Jims, Kevin. Jims, is that 500 volume chart the same as a tick chart or like a 15-second chart? It's so you can look at the 500 tick. This is a 500 tick chart over here. So I've got, if you look down here at the tabs on NinjaTrader, you can see what charts are what. I've got them kind of grouped the way I like them. It's a lot of charts, but I don't look at all of them at once. I usually only look at like these top 3 up here, the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 1 minute, 5 minute, and 500 volume. I'll try to adjust that so you can kind of see a little better. You can see the 500 tick. It's similar. It's very similar. I just prefer the 500 volume. I found it more reliable, just in my experience. Sometimes, like the 500 volume, you can do trend lines on it. When those trend lines break, it's a better signal, or when they hold, it's a better signal. And that's just my personal preference. You could definitely probably trade on a 500 tick chart, which I know a lot of people do on the Nasdaq. But somebody suggested, somebody didn't suggest. I was watching somebody who does a lot of like volume and order flow trading, and they were suggesting using volume bars. So I just tried it one day and I don't know, it worked, and I've just never switched back. I've thought about switching back. I mean, it's not incredible. It's not like, I don't know, anything super secret revealing or gives me some massive edge, but I'm just used to them. So that's what I use. Particularly like if I was looking to go short, we see this bearish structure, and then you draw like a trend line like that, and then that trend line breaks. I would try to take something like that. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but it's just a little bit finer than the 1 minute. And I want a database chart as my trigger chart, as my entry chart, rather than a time-based. All right, let's look at what happened yesterday. Bird's eye view, what's going on in the market. This is a weekly chart. I always start with the higher time frames and work my way down. This is a weekly chart. It's not really telling me much. I don't know. It's telling me a little bit. I shouldn't dismiss it so quickly. We did break last week's high, which was right here at 13,885. 13, maybe not, 13,880 or something like that. So we broke last week's high. We're now coming back down into that level. That's not super significant for me. It's just something to point out. But the one thing that is significant for me is we've been in this down channel, this bearish channel, for quite a while. I talk about it almost every morning, just in case people who are new to the stream can see where my ideas are coming from. We've just been in this big bearish channel coming down. This down trend line, we poke through it here and we pin through it, which is a very bearish sign, and then we absolutely just tank down. It looked like as we broke higher here, I think even if you go back to the live stream on whatever day this was, you know, I had anticipated a continuation as we broke through this trend line in the 20 SMA, but you know, it failed. And just came straight back down. Eventually we hit new lows. Took it a while, but we hit new lows on it. So yesterday on FOMC, interest rate hikes coming, everybody knew they were coming. This, the market had it priced in. This was not some big surprise. And so what you saw was just, okay, the news came out. Good, we're done with that. Let's get on with things. And so we had a big bullish day. A lot of shorts probably getting squeezed out, and also people probably thinking, okay, we're done with the interest rate hike fear. It's on the table now. Let's, go back to being normal. And so we saw probably some buying. Some people found these prices down here probably more attractive. Most analysts, I think, believe that the market's going to end up this year. So people are probably looking at a longer horizon view on this thing, that this is a good opportunity maybe to start buying. Even if we do take another leg down by the end of the year, we'll end up, up on the year. So that's probably some of that going on. We did close above the 20 SMA, and we closed outside of this trend line, which for me is very bullish. However, we've done that before. We did it over here. So I don't know if we're out of the woods yet. And we did it over here, and then we tanked down again. I don't know if we're out of the woods yet in terms of this bearish movement. The war in Ukraine is still clearly in the news. It's not going anywhere. If anything, it's escalating even more. Despite whatever rhetoric's coming out of that area about peace talks and things. It doesn't seem like seems like this is going to be a longer war than I think people had anticipated. That being said, I'm cautiously optimistic. I don't want to say optimistic. I'm cautiously bullish on it. If it does break yesterday's high, that's going to be a very key level for it, and it would probably signal that we would make a move up to this level up here, where we've had some resistance before. Right here, we had a touch right there. We also have the upper band on here. I use Bollinger Bands. I have never been a fan of Bollinger Bands, but I'm telling you, they work on they work trading the Nasdaq for me, and it just gives me kind of a point of reference for entry and exit targets. So this would be an area that I think might get sucked into, particularly when you take the Bollingers, which is a 20-period Bollinger, and so the middle band here is a 20-period SMA, and then these are two standard deviations away from that on the two bands. When you take the bands and you add them to other key levels, they become areas of confluence for me, which are key levels that come together to form like a strong key level. So I mark this. I'm going to mark out this level here on the higher time frame, and then when I move down to my lower time frames, this level will still be marked, and we'll see if it corresponds with any other levels on lower time frames. Can it get up here today? No, I don't think it can get up here today. What is today? Thursday? Could it get up here by tomorrow? Possibly. I mean, it could get up here today. I mean, shit. I mean, we moved yesterday, 424. Almost 600 points yesterday. Is that right? Am I doing my math right on that? Almost 600 points yesterday. So that's in range. That would be like a yesterday's move, but yesterday was, FOMC, so that's some extra gas, some extra market juice behind it. I do, however, think we're going to get, some sort of, move up, and then we're going to probably come back down. And where we're, if it's going to go up, it's going to go, like this. I'm not going to say it's not going to just shoot straight up, but I would expect it to do like an ABCD pattern. So A, B, I can't write with my mouse, C, D, up there like that. So where would it find some support? I would suspect at the 20 SMA on the daily chart, which is an area of confluence-ish with the back end of this trend line, which we have drawn out. So I suspect that we would find some support down in this area here. And the way that you could trade this, which is just a super simple way, is you would have this level in your mind marked out, and then you move down to a lower time frame. We could look at a 4-hour real quick. We could move down to this lower time frame, a 4-hour, and we would start to look for, or maybe even an hourly, but let's just look at the 4-hour because I've got it up right here. You look for this thing to drift down, create a counter trend line like that, and then you wait for this trend line to break for the move up. That's just kind of the classic way to trade that, and it's pretty pretty simple. So we've got this downtrend line here as well. That's just what we drew out on the daily over here. So I would suspect we've got the 20 SMA here on the 4-hour that's creeping up. I suspect that 13,600 is going to be pretty big for it. I'll leave this red line. I'm going to draw just a big blue box over here, which is going to be kind of like my support zone. This is a massive zone though, guys. So it's 150 points for crying out loud, but I'm just going to leave it up there for now. I'm not going to buy it at 13,700. I'm gonna wait for it to come into here and then start to form some more bullish structure, and again break whatever counter trend line happens to develop. Now this may come down and just touch 13,750 and just shoot right back up, and in that case I may buy the break of yesterday's high, if that's what it wants to do. So we can see 2 touches here. Some people would call that a double top. I don't really short double tops. I would actually see this as a good opportunity to buy it as price broke this level, and for price then to pop up into here. This dotted line is a 200 SMA, and the 200 SMA on the 4-hour is actually pretty significant, and we can see here that price is held below that for quite a while. So you could take this little pop into that. And it's at 14,030. That's 100 points. I mean, that doesn't look like much, but that's 100 flipping points. As a scalper like me trading 2 contracts, if I can pick up 20 of those points, I'm a happy camper for the day. So that's kind of what I'm looking at doing. So that might be one trade, trading at the high of yesterday, the break of yesterday's high up, or waiting for this to roll down here to find some support and trading a counter trend line break back to the upside. So we can look at drop down even further now to the hourly. And this is that blue box and the red line that we just drew out. The volume profile that you see here is a weekly volume profile on the hourly chart. So you can see the volume profile here, value area low, point of control, value area high. 68% of the volume on the week has come into this area. And then we're in this value area high up here. One thing I can just point out, just looking at it, what we've got, it's hard to see, isn't it? We've got this LVN right here, this low volume node on the weekly. That's corresponding with the bottom of the band on the 1-hour. Plus we have this 13,750 box thing that we drew out. So this is going to be a big area of support, I suspect, down here. Price will probably, price will probably want to drift down to this area, down to this band, possibly the ledge of this LVN right here at 13,800. So I'm gonna mark off that. You can just see how much this thing is ripped up. It's hard to trade against this. I don't know if you want to try to be picking the top of this thing. So the trend is your friend, and we've got really aggressive buying going on here. This was FOMC right there. False breakout to the downside right here on this. And then poof, bulls came in and took that thing up. We are breaking through the support. I don't know if that's really that significant, but there's a big level of support here. I'd probably be looking for it to come down, reach this level, and then try to make a move up. And you could maybe buy the break of the 20 SMA up there on the 1-hour with the anticipation that we would break yesterday's high. But if you were looking for kind of like an intraday scalp, I think a break of the 20 SMA here at 13,930. I'm telling you guys, the 30 levels. I talk about the 30 levels. 13,930. I need to figure out how I can move this chart. I see other people doing that. My chart doesn't move when I grab it. I need to figure out how to do that. If anybody knows how I can grab this to pull the chart down, I'd appreciate it. There could be a scalp up in here for me. We break that 20 SMA. There's some support level here. There's a high volume node right here. Price may want to kind of move into this area. Again, it doesn't look like much. Hold control. Let me see. Oh boy, that's it. Thank you, JMU. Thank you, JMU. You've just, oh, that's so nice. So nice. Thank you. You know, again, it's, you know, 40 to 60 points. There's 20 points right there. You know, 20 points. I'm done for the day. So, or, you know, or we break this low right here and price gets sucked down into this area. But right now, I think the trend is up, bullish. I don't want to say bullish, but the trend is going up. I'm cautiously bullish on this thing today. I'm also been trading long enough to know that you know, the sure thing, that sure trade, the thing that looks like it's definite, you know, we're going up. This is a bull flag. Buy the pullback, can absolutely burn you. So I just want to wait for price confirmation to take something like that. So that's what we got going on with that. Market's going to open in 2 minutes. I think I've been rambling long enough here. Let's look at our other things we look at. We're negative on the day, negative a percent. We are positive delta. We're below VWAP, a little bit of mixed signals there. Interesting to note, this resistance area, the 20 SMA corresponds with VWAP. So this is, and we can also see all these touches up here. So I think that there is a pop-up in here for us if price wants to move up that way. So I'm going to see what my thing is over here. I'm just trading one contract today, guys. I'm not going to do an ATM strategy. I'm in my whatever thing. Just trading one contract because I don't want to get caught on FOMC stuff. And tomorrow is Quad Witch, Friday. And so options and futures are expiring tomorrow. Market's going to open in a minute. So we'll just be entering and exiting manually on one contract. That's it. Shouldn't be too big of fireworks, but my initial trade would be 13,000, a break at 13,935, taking a pop up and back up into this weekly high volume node up in here. So probably like 40 up to 70-ish, somewhere in there. And again, I'm going to wait see if price wants to pop up into that. And if price starts to move into this area, now it's a big if. It may not move into the area. If price moves into this area, I want to see Delta making new highs, breaking these highs up here along with it, and possibly even, you know, coming up above 1,000 to confirm that price action. But I will say that coming in the morning, ATR is very low. So it seems like volumes kind of, most people did their fireworks yesterday, and it may be kind of a sluggish day. I don't know. So that's my rant. Thank you for the hold down control tip. I really appreciate that. I'm always learning. I'm not an expert in any of this. This is just some weird stuff that I've thrown together over the years. And again, it looks like I've got a lot of stuff going on over here. I just have all these charts for this video. I mean, a lot of people have multiple monitors, you know, and it's good to take a look at different time frames. I am rarely staring at this. I do glance over at the 1 hour. Like if I see the 1 hour candle beginning to form like that, that looks pretty bearish. And then if the 1 hour closed like that, you know, I would think that was very bearish and my bias would begin to change. However, I wouldn't just jump on a trade based on a bearish candle in the 1 hour. It would signal to me, you know, a bearish direction on a larger time frame, and I would then be dropping down to my 5 minute and my 5 minute, 1 minute, and 500 volume to try to find an entry just based on price action and also delta. So I've got all these screens up here just for the video. It's easy for me just to be able to quickly reference something rather than have to like switch the screens and stuff. So Delta, we're now moving lower. Delta is breaking lower. This looks bearish. You know, again, we've got this plan that perhaps price wants to come down to 13,800. I could even try to take a short down here. If price just keeps falling, it's moving so slow. I don't want to short just like you don't want to buy the top, you don't want to short the bottom. I appreciate everybody joining this morning, watching this thing. I hope, did anybody trade yesterday? Good morning, Ibrahim from the Philippines. Love it. I told you, Ibrahim, I've lived in the Philippines for like 4 years. In Manila, in Makati. We're there for a U.S. Agency for International Development contract. I used to be in international development a lifetime ago. So I'm glad I didn't try to short this bottom here. 1 sub away. Oh, my 1 sub away from 1,000. Who's gonna be my 1,000th? Who's gonna be my 1,000th? Oh boy. I wish I had something like some cool thing to like give away. Oh, $9.99. Oh boy, 1 away. Who's gonna be my 1,000th, guys? If you haven't subscribed, please be my 1,000th and let me know that you're my 1,000th subscriber. Please, come on, or give me a like. If you're already subscribed, give me a like on this thing, please. We've got about 70 folks in here. It looks like 69, 29 likes. I really appreciate the like. It's completely free, helps me out, helps the YouTube algorithm thing to let the YouTube robots know that people like the channel, and so it gets it out to people, also other like-minded folks. Do I know Jim Goal over in Coron? No, I don't know Jim Goal in Coron. I've been to Coron. I've been to Palawan. Went to El Nido, and I also went to Coron. When I went to Coron, if you don't know, is an island in the area of Palawan in Philippines. It's very beautiful. But when I went there, the weather was horrible. And we still tried to do the tour, and the tour got canceled. We went out in the boat, and the weather was horrible. We went to the first snorkeling site or whatever, and I could even tell the captain, or the guy doing the boat, was nervous, and the other guys on the boat were looking around. It was just really bad weather, so they decided to turn back. Yeah, electricity in the Philippines is incredibly expensive. You're paying my electricity bill. Everybody talks about that, how expensive electricity is in the Philippines. And gasoline, I'm sure it's even more expensive now. I'm watching my subscribers. Oh, I lost a subscriber. The push to get the subscriber, and I lost a subscriber. I must have offended someone. It's the way it goes. I'm not really gonna look at my subscriber count. Does it? All right. But if you are my 1,000th subscriber, let me know. I'd appreciate it. All right, watching this thing chop around in the open. We had this just kind of small trend line. There's only, one touch on it. It's not really a valid trend line, so it broke through it, but you want to see multiple touches on trend lines to really confirm it. I mean, you could, draw that or, whatever. But typically, if you want to draw a trend line, you just take the two highest points and the two lowest points like this, and you try to see if you can find something that makes sense. And the more touches you have on that trend line, the more valid it is. And if you watch some of my trades from last week, we took some shorts on we had 2 days where we took a really nice trend line breaks, where we had multiple touches, 3 or 4 touches on a trend line, and then the trend line broke and price just shot away from it. And so that's another thing I always try to look for is really those opportunities where price is going to move quickly. And if it's not moving quickly, then I just want to get out of it. I don't want to stick around and wait and see what it does. If it's not doing what I think it's going to do, I want to get out. So again, I'm kind of waiting to see if this red line, this price here breaks. That's a 20 SMA on the 1 hour, and then we maybe take a long at 40 up to 70. That might be an interesting trade for me if price wants to get up there. I haven't quite come down to this LVN that we have on the 1 hour that we're expecting to act as support, but it came pretty close, about 20 points away. So I'm going to be looking for price to break the 20 SMA on the 1 hour, and then I also want to see Delta confirmation on it. 4 weeks in Boracay. I went to Boracay. I went to Boracay before they cleaned it up, before Duterte cleaned it up. Remember when they closed it down forever? I was over there, and that's when I was there. And so I went to Boracay before they closed it. If you don't know what Boracay is, it's this beautiful island. It's like the Philippines' biggest tourist destination. And it's this beautiful island, white sand beaches, and it was really developed, like overdeveloped. And President Duterte closed it down. It was also like a big party island. And a lot of the businesses that popped up were like dumping their sewage like directly into the ocean. They had no building codes or anything. They were just popping up all over the beach. There was no, it was just like there's stations there. There's station 1, station 2, station 3, and each station is a little bit different. I think station 1 is like the nicer station. It's a massive, long white sand beach. Station 1 is like, I think, the nicer area. That's where like Shangri-La is and some of the nicer hotels. And then station 2 and station 3 are get a little dicier. Not dicier. It's still fine. It's just more party-ish. And so anyway, I went there before Duterte cleaned it up, and then Duterte closed it down for like a year and like went in there and just like cleaned it out. And then he tried to make it more of like an upscale destination. And I don't know how it's going now, but I'm sure it's hit hard by COVID. I'm sure all Philippines are hard by COVID. We actually used to have a woman who worked for us. In the Philippines, it's very common to have helpers. We had a woman who worked for us, and we're still in contact with her, it seems, and she's still working. She still has a job and everything. But you should be, if you're in a first world country during COVID and your government's supplying you with financial assistance, you should feel lucky. That's also what's caused all this inflation, but that's a different topic. Yeah, I did trade in the Philippines. I was trading. That's when I really got into Forex, and I started trading the Tokyo market. I was trading a lot of yen. I was trading a lot of the yen against the Adipodians, New Zealand dollar and Aussie dollar. And I talked about this before. So I was getting really into like risk on, risk off currency pairs, which is like New Zealand JPY, New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, Aussie dollar, Japanese yen. And I would, like, during the COVID crash, I was still trading those because everything was dropping. And, all the markets indices were dropping. So I was monitoring indices like the S&P 500, Nasdaq, and I was looking to see what they were doing each day to try to trade currency pairs that were correlating with them. And then I was like, why am I trading, why don't I just trade the indices? Uh-oh, something's going on with my internet, guys. there, I'm getting a error message and my price just started weird. All right, maybe it's fixed. Anyways, I started trading. I was doing a lot of, again, the currency pairs, watching price, watching indices. I was like, why don't I just trade this stupid indices? And so that's how I got into futures during COVID, the COVID crash, and I shorted futures contracts almost every morning. Just almost not blindly, but pretty damn close. Because every day it was dropping, like 7%, halts. And yeah, something happened there with my internet. I don't know what's going on. ES Delta going up but not price. Well, one thing that I'm seeing here on the Nasdaq, which is why I'm not getting too excited about this level breaking, is that Delta is kind of in this wedge, and we can see it's now breaking to the downside. I've been trading for about 4 or 5 years, maybe. 5 years, maybe now. It's probably been 5 years at this point. Watching this thing. I mean, this is Chop City down here. I would be staying out of anything down here. It could whip, and we could whip down and hit 13,800 and then whip right back up. If you're absolutely desperate to take a trade, trade the break of the 20 SMA at 70.69, and I think you might get 5 points out of it, maybe. Or down, or maybe it falls down here. We're kind of in this up channel right now, but Delta's moving lower. I'm not absolutely desperate to take a trade. Now it's moving up. We can see Delta moving up a little bit. Now we're getting that move. Now it's coming. Here we go. Out of that up channel. Delta's still not as aggressive as I want it to be. ES is popping. Mike, you trading that ES? You taking some trades right now? No, Mike over at Futures Trading with Mike. You may want to check out trades ES. But yeah, everything's popping now. Still need this level to break though. Take one up there. I'm not getting my Delta confirmation, but yeah, everything's popping. And there it rips right back down. Something happened. There's some news about something here. Yeah, man, no problem, Mike. I hope you get a good day out of today. I might take this trade off. I don't know what that spike was. It seemed like some little news broke about something. But I thought this thing was just gonna rip up to 50 real quick. Hmm. I saw trades by Matt. Happens, you know. It happens. It's tough, man. I feel like he's really put himself out there over the last couple years, and there's got to be some pressure to like perform for people, especially people who haven't like traded before, or he's getting a lot of attention and traction. So people probably tune in expecting him to make 10 grand every day or whatever. That's just not the way trading really works. I might take this trade off, guys. For now, I'm gonna take that off. I thought that thing was just gonna come up, break through this level, and we're gonna rip up to 50, but I didn't get any Delta confirmation on that. Now, if Delta had broken higher, I'd be looking to buy down here, but Delta hasn't. So I'm just gonna sit on my hands for a little bit longer. And I just saw your comment about trades by Matt losing a bunch of money, so I'm like, yep, let's just see what it wants to do here. You're 18, Lennon. That's awesome. You just started trading 2 months ago. You trading only futures? Are you trading other products? I think the future evaluation, that massive bearish candle there in the 5 minute. I think those evaluations, and I get no money if you do any of those. I'm not affiliated with any of them. I have no affiliation leaks, affiliate leaks, nothing. You can go sign up for anyone you want. But you could do one for like, 75 to $100, 125, just do a small one. And it gives you data, it gives you a Ninja Trader license key, get your foot in the door, allows you to blow up a simulated account without feeling too bad about yourself. There's nothing worse than throwing a bunch of money in an account and seeing it disappear within a week. It happened to me, I think, the first time I started trading. I don't know about Trading View, I'm sorry. Oh, good, Lennon. I'm glad. We're just being patient on this thing. This thing is Chop City, boy. Chop City. Look at this. Look at this big bearish candle. Since Lennon was talking about the 5 minute, look at this big bearish candle in the 5 minute. Broke the low, no follow through, hit the 20 SMA on the 5 minute. Now we're pushing back up. Maybe we hit VWAP and we come back down, but um, this is just too choppy. Yeah, I remember the first time I traded up at $2,500 into an account and lost it pretty quickly. I felt pretty horrible about it. I think market tuition, they call it. So now we're moving up a little bit. See that delta coming through. I can also feel myself getting anxious to take a trade, which is not a good sign. Yeah, 50K for 51 bucks. I'd do that. Dude, you can't even get like a month data connection with a broker's like at least 15 or 20 bucks. So, you got some skin in the game. I would also set some rules for yourself, like you're going to allow yourself one reset, okay? And then if you don't make it, you don't get it, you don't get to do another one until the next month. So, it can be kind of like gambling, like you're, um, resetting it multiple times a day or something. And I think on Apex, I know not on Apex, I think on Lilu, I know on Apex, and Apex and Lilu are very similar. They use like the same backend systems. Um, even when you fail, quote unquote, fail the evaluation, your data connection is still available for the whole month. So you can still sim trade for the rest of that month. On Apex, that's the case anyway, I think. You can still sim trade for the rest of the month so you can practice, get in there every day, still practice, and then the next month sign up for another one. But put some rules in there for yourself, but don't make it easy. Just like real trading. Coming down now off this red line that we drew here, support, or sorry, resistance. A lot of delta coming through on that. I don't think it's going to get through it. This all looks just bearish to me. So this trade for me, even this pop up here doesn't look like something I want to participate in. Look at that selling coming down there on delta. Man, I lost a subscriber. How did that happen? Somebody was like, nope, you ain't getting it. I'm just sitting on my hands, guys. This is nothing for me to do here. I am seeing kind of simple chart pattern here. Area of resistance, this red line, a hypotenuse here. Typically this is going to want to break on a chart pattern like that. Or it may just pop up and go to flipping 50 real quick, which is also 100% likely. I'm not going to get trapped up at the top. I know, nothing happens if you're the 1,000th. Nothing. I won't call you out. I won't say your name. I won't do anything. Now we're getting that pop, but I don't know, delta. Remember, I needed that delta to confirm that price action for me, and it's just not doing it. So, see you, price. If you move without me, you move without me. This does look like it's going to go up. That 1 minute candle looks too bullish. Well, delta is not my best friend again today. It's just my friend. Got that pop to 50. Yep. Barnacles. Pop to 47. There's the pop to 50. Well, guys, sometimes, just didn't set up. I'm still not sold on this bull move here. And why am I not sold on it? Because delta is just blah. Oh boy. Watching this thing move around, move around. And that pop. I'm not buying the top, guys. There's no flipping way I'm buying the top. Now, if Delta was, I don't know, we can just look at yesterday. If Delta was doing, something like this, you can see that movement, breaking new highs. I mean, that's where I took a trade yesterday because Delta was doing that. I try to blow that up so I'm not getting FOMO watching this price action move. I'm gonna use my nifty trick. Over here as Delta popped, I remember this trade. I had this red line marked out. Can you see that red line? Where's that from? Yeah, that was from yesterday. This red line right here. Similar trade to what's going on right now. Try to blow this up some more, guys. Just bear with me for 1 second. I'm not a ninja trader. Navigator. That trade, there it is. I clearly should have held on to it longer, but just bear with me. We had this area of resistance, which I had marked out there with the red line. This was a SM20 SMA on something too as well. We popped up into this high volume node, and I saw Delta coming along with it. We had aggressive buying. Delta was making new highs, and then we just take the pop, right? And that's kind of what I wanted to see happen over there. Over here, what's going on right now. Which now it does seem like it's looking more and more aggressive, but I just don't see that. I see Delta kind of in this bullish structure now, but it doesn't look real aggressive. But yeah, that original trade here, just Delta didn't come along with it. Time and sales. Delta is basically time and sales. Delta is time and sales. I don't want to give you any wrong information though. But it's essentially time and sales. It's bidders coming on the ask and sellers coming on the bid. Now, if you wanted to short it here, if you're like, okay, look, we've reached some exhaustion. This 1 hour though, look at it. I'm just getting conflicting signals. This 1 hour. Super bullish. Delta is still flat. Well, you know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm going to go get some coffee. I'm taking a coffee break. I will be right back, and hopefully I look at this thing and see something what's going on. But right now I'm just getting conflicting signs. Super bullish here on the hour. Look at this candle. Look at this candle. It just engulfs all the previous candles, closes near the high, massive bar. What was our trade number 2? Break of yesterday's high. That was our trade number 2, wasn't it? That was trade number 2. Do you think I have time to go get coffee before price perhaps moves up here? Can we get a move up to 50? We were gonna take 33 to 50 here. Now I'm thinking about taking 33 to 50, 100 points later. That's the Nasdaq for you. I think I got time for some coffee. I hope you do too. I'll be back in hopefully soon. Coffee break time. Did I miss anything? Ooh, it's creeping up. Oh, that looks bullish, guys. That looks super bullish. God damn it, Delta. Just break higher, Delta. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to jump in on it. It's going to get a massive roll down. And then I'm going to be like, you should have waited for the Delta confirmation. This looks too bullish. See you, Mike. Good luck. Ripping, ripping, ripping. Go up higher. It's going up higher. Just singing to myself here. Man, it's hard not to chase price when you see where it's going. Um, you know? It's hot. Coffee is hot. This LVN there at 95. You see this band open up there in the 1 minute. It's opened up to 22. I mean, oh, immediate rejection of the new high. Oh, my thing isn't on the. Well, we bought the top, didn't we? Yep, I gotta close out. Son of a bitch. I still think we're gonna go up. It's just that was a horrible entry. I thought it was gonna pop up to that resistance, but didn't. Now it's tripping higher. I can see that all opened up there. I think it's gonna go, guys. I think we're gonna go. Hmm. Oops. Would I ever buy a short in a bullish market? I don't understand. Would I ever buy a short? How can you buy a short? So would I ever sell a short? Would I short? So you're asking if I would short a bullish market? Yeah, I guess. Man, it's not going my way today here. See this LVN here. I think that's it, guys. I think I'm gonna have to call this trade. Let's see. A lot of delta coming through on that, huh? Oh, that's got to be it. Damn it, $1,200. That sucks. Yeah, I think it's got that too, but I got to get out of that. I mean, look at this. Oh. We're going to take one last stab at it down here. Break of that trend line. And we'll have to get out down here. It breaks lower, I'm out. And that's going to be it for me today. I'm just buying at the bottom of this trend line here. It's also the bottom of the band on the 1 minute. Yeah, I'm out. Sorry, guys. That's going to be it. Ugh. Well, that stinks, but whatever. Ugh. Buying the top. And I lost a subscriber. Boy, what a day. Easy come, easy go. Well, guys, I'm going to call it quits on that. I don't think I've got any more juice left in me here. So, thanks for tuning in. I hope I get 10K tomorrow. I do too. You know, you never know. But buying the top of this just wasn't in the cards. I mean, that looks super bullish. It may want to. Oh, I should take off this order, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. What else am I gonna do? I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's $1,500. I've had worse days. I could still be in it right now, but that stinks. Well, all right, guys, I'm signing off. Appreciate you watching. I hope your day's going better than mine. Losses like this, you just shake off. Come back tomorrow, and it's the name of the game. It's a long-term thing. It's not each day. It just is what it is. So I'll be back tomorrow, and I hope your guys' day is going better than mine. And maybe we'll be at 1,000 subscribers tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe. I'd be super happy. Put me in a better mood. All right, guys, you take it easy. I'll be back tomorrow, 8:10 a.m. Central Time. See ya.